Welcome to Canada, home of my favorite Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 level. You can see the skateboard tracks going all the way up to the secret tape. You're gonna grind a ledge, hit a switch, it's gonna drop down a half pipe, you'll go up, you'll grind, and then the secret tape will be right over there. There's the S, the K, the A is a bit behind over there. Over there, you're gonna have to do a varial heel flip lean and grind the entire trees. But yeah, this is where it all took place. Anyways, we're here, it's winter, it's 2020. We were here about 7 months ago, back when there was no snow, and now it's snow. We are joined today by my hot babe.
And Green Boy.
That's right. Oh, and Green Boy's chilling here too.
He's chilling.
Audrey Menard.
He's been so used to it. He doesn't even need a coat.
He's acclimated, dude. He was originally from California. He was used to the beach and babes everywhere. Instead, he went with the one and only babe, and he moved to Canada. Yeah. How's he been enjoying Canada?
He loves it. I think he's super fun. The only thing he missed is the game collection that Dad have. And I told him he could go live for a month with him. But he still decided to stay because he thinks poutine tastes really good.
Poutine is tight,
yes,
dude.
So poutine is his point to stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in Canada. I haven't done a big vacation in my life since I guess I was a little kid. I spent 2 whole weeks, longer, like 2 weeks and 4 days in Montreal, Canada.
Yeah, you're really strong for doing it. I remember at the beginning you were like, 2 weeks? I don't know if I can do that. All right, I'm gonna do it. 2 weeks, dude. And here you are. You did it. You lived it. Are you enjoying it? Is 2 weeks too rough for you?
I mean, I'm definitely at the bubble point now where it's like I can't wait to get back into my routine. That's why even on the last day of vacation, we're like working. We're making a YouTube video. And even while we were in Montreal, we did a bunch of Twitch streams. We streamed some indie games on my channel. But I think the coolest thing, probably the biggest news development of 2019, Audrey Menard started doing art streams on Twitch. We did like 3 art streams, 2 of them. Oh, Green Boy.
Green Boy!
He wanted to taste the snow.
Oh my god.
What's up, dude? Unchill! I got snow in my eyes. Oh my god. It's all right.
I stepped on him too.
It's okay. That was extreme, dude.
Oh, I feel so bad. All right, put him back in the bag.
He's going back in the bag. He can't be trusted. He was trying to escape. He wanted to go back into his basement and he wanted to play more Tekken.
Tekken.
So yeah, we did our big dog streams. We were able to make it work. We did a 5-hour Matrix puzzle stream.
Incredible.
That was really fun. We played Frog Detective 2. That was amazing.
We did voice acting on top of that.
We did. Our full Frog Detective 2 playthrough is up with Audrey as the frog is up. It's a very cute game. We didn't stream it, but we played with Tom, which was really cute.
I finished it.
Audrey beat it, dude.
It was incredible.
It's from the creator of Katamari. It's very cute. It's Annapurna. You know what it looks like. Check it out. It's worth playing. Good co-op game. Crazy game. Maybe I'll stream it again, but it's good. But Audrey, the art wizard of Montreal.
Thank you so much. That's such a cute name.
Started doing art streams. Yeah, what was that like? This is something that was in your head for, God, months and months and months. I even talked to you even 10 years ago, you were doing art in DeviantArt. You've had your art Instagram even before you met me, but over the past 6 months ago, you started doing commissions. And now I helped you launch your art stream.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, where we did Procreate for 6 hours. You did a lot of good pieces. Also a big help is, if you're not already part of it, the Big Dogs Discord.
Helps a lot.
We have an art class channel. We also have Share Your Work. We're always inviting artists to make doodles. Was it the Average Joey?
Yeah, he made an amazing Yoda art.
He made Juggalo Yoda. We've encouraged people to constantly draw. And again, we both have iPad Pros. We have Procreate. Audrey does amazing masterpieces. She did this Bayonetta piece. But I did a bunch of silly Hatchet Man drawings and ICP stuff. But it was really fun. But yeah, what is the philosophy of Audrey's art station with your honeybee character? And what are you excited to do in 2020?
Well, I'm excited to build exactly what you said. I'm excited to build my little character, Space B, Space Day, which is she's in space, of course. She get off the space, her to explore, seeing there's other alien, then she realized she's the alien. So I'm excited to build my stream around this. I want to make maybe small comics about it. I think it's really cute. Green Boy is the one who inspired me. You really showed me the good part of what Twitch was. And talking to people, how much it's fun, because like I said a few times, I feel like every artist feels lonely when they do their progress, and having someone to hang out with is really fun.
Yeah.
So before starting it, I really went to see what other streamer does, what they were doing before. I got inspired by a few, but I realized that a lot don't really don't really engage with the chat much. I felt like I want to really talk about like what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life. I don't really like Frank. Me and Frank are really transparent, and I want my stream to be like that. Like if you're not going well, come to my stream. I want to talk about it. Whatever happens to you, I think I want to focus on like really sharing your life. Also art stuff. If you do painting or anything like that. It's gonna be the cutest thing in the world. Little black squirrel.
But yeah, and also like you can talk about different styles. You use Procreate. People can learn how to draw. And again, anytime if you make something, post it in the art class Discord.
It's the best thing
What's
to do.
cool about launching this Big Dogs network is like, you know, Audrey, Brian, and I, we all share the same pool. Like we built the Big Dogs together. So it's like if Audrey's going live, you can be alerted through the Discord. Like when we were streaming, someone came in Audrey's chat, like, are Big Dogs allowed here? Like it is a Big Dog stream.
It is. It is an extension for the artistic part. And even I'm happy because I've put my needle in Frank. You're also charmed by it. You want to do it by your own. And I'm so happy because I feel like, yes, I inspired you. But I saw in the Big Dog Discord that there's a lot of people like, oh, I was watching a stream, I drew that at the same time. Oh my God, that is the sweetest thing.
And also, we always know Kevin Hilt is like 24/7 always drawing or doing whatever magical art, but it's always so cool to see Kevin Hilt. He's always blowing everyone away with his art pieces.
Detail Master, that's his new name. The Detail Master, he named his layer. I have to take inspiration from that. Oh my gosh. And also, big thank you for everyone who donated during my stream. It really kicks me off because at the beginning, like everyone who started to stream, I was so scared of like having no one. I knew I had the Big Dogs, which is really fun. But seeing people are really enjoying hanging out and talking, this is amazing. Big shout out to my friend Stefan who donated during the stream. Kevin Hill also. There was also
Spenio donated like $50 because he wanted to get an iPad.
And Melvin.
Melvin, my homie.
Thank you so much.
And everyone who donated. But yeah, back to our vacation. It's been nice. Like I said, I haven't done this in like since I was a kid. Like my mom used to take me to Russia for like weeks at a time, and I felt like I went. It's funny, probably for the benefit of my creativity, I felt like I would go crazy every time I went to Russia, because a kid who only speaks English primarily, who's so used to his like American TV and video games, to be kind of taken away from that and like dropped in this like weird Russian apartment. And like, you know, it's my mom's credit. Like that's how I became obsessed with movies. I had VHSs. We'd go to the black market and buy bootleg tapes and DVDs and stuff like that, and Dreamcast games. You know, but like I would have so much time by myself, like that it forced me to be creative and imaginative. And then ever since I was like in high school and like college, like I never really take vacations. I'll take work trips, like I'll go to conventions and stuff, but I don't take vacations because again, I'm obsessive. I like to always work. Yeah. So the pursuit of like, okay, let's go to Montreal for 2 weeks. Let's just stop everything. But even then, we still managed to do Big Dogs for doing a dog walks. But like, yeah, I feel like I got what I wanted, which was to recharge. I'm filled with inspiration. We had so much time together to hang out. I feel like we took it easy. Like the first 2 times we went to Montreal, we really explored. We went to museums and all these things. But it's winter, so it's a different vibe. We still walked around a lot. It's very pretty, as you can see. But yeah, we took it easy.
Yeah, there was things to do, but I felt like doing them was like a rushing the vacation. I felt like it was unnatural a little. So just walking around and seeing Montreal at itself during winter, I think that's a show by itself.
Yeah,
just like
it's
as
pretty.
You can
There's
see.
lights, like, and everyone in Montreal, their spirits are always so high. Like, I don't know, everyone's so friendly in Montreal. Went to Tim Hortons a lot. I ate very well. Your parents treated us a lot. Again, like when I'm at home, I just eat microwave food and like, you know, I don't gorge myself. I eat very like light because I'm also very cheap. I don't like to spend money. I also don't make a ton of money, so it's like I survive. So it's weird to be in vacation mode where it's like, yeah, sure, poutine. Yeah, it's, I don't know. But it's really nice. The biggest thing too, switching gears to TV and film, before I even came out to Montreal, we watched season 1 of Big Little Lies, and then we watched season 2 here. Big Little Lies first came out in 2017. I'm always watching HBO shows. I think HBO's programming is like for adults and very like engaging and fun. And there's genre schlock like Game of Thrones, but then there's high art like David Simon's The Wire and everything in between. Mm-hmm. Big Little Lies is something that like I feel like scratches both like high art, it's you know, engaging art, but it's also schlock. Season 1 of Big Little Lies, again, came out 2017, but in case anyone hasn't seen it, watch it. Season 1 is 7 episodes. It's like a murder mystery, kind of crime drama. It's a like women
engaging.
Empowerment saga. It's fucking incredible. Season 1 is like excellent and flawless. It's based on a book. It's about like there's a murder in a small town, and even the way it's told, it's not until like I think the entire run of season 1 until like the last episode, you don't know who dies.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, so it's like. So you're seeing all the events leading up. Someone's gonna get killed, and everyone in that town's backstabbing. You don't know who is gonna be the one who
Everyone's
dies.
on the edge of doing it.
Yeah, and so it's everyone's gossipy and hates each other, and it's so fun. And then season 1 ends, and it's like profound. It's really beautiful. Like soundtrack's great. It's amazing. Then 2 years later, they released season 2, and season 2, I feel like because it's not based on the original novel, it turns into more of a soap opera. But because the characters and vibe of the show is still backstabbing and chatty and like
they're still the same person.
it's so fun. So I think season 1 is like a mystery masterpiece of TV. It's excellent. It's very fun. Season 2 turns into like soap opera, a little trashy and schlocky, but it's I still really liked
It's a
it.
good one.
But it's only 14 episodes. Season 1 though is an absolute must watch. Thank you for watching with me.
Yes,
I
I mean, I'm
loved it.
really happy you found a. And also, it deals a lot with like relationship problems.
Oh, yeah.
In a view of like older people and how they deal with like it's a lot of subject about marriage, and it's so amazing because you see like the two part of the couples. It's like a little marriage story of like with 5% going on.
Yeah, 5 different relationships, like all like
Yeah.
falling apart, or they're trying to struggle, they're trying to figure it out while their kids are also like realizing that adults aren't perfect, and like they have their own. Everyone has drama, and again, it's set in a very rich Californian town, so it's dreamy. You see these big houses, like, oh, I'd love to live there, you know, like.
And you see, even if it's big houses, there's some bad things
Yeah,
going on.
and there's so many dramatic shots of like women drinking wine while staring into the beach, and it's like, it's awesome. It's great.
The whole show is kind of that.
And then also on Netflix, the reason I watched Big Little Lies is we watched Marriage Story,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite movies of 2019. It was incredible, but Laura Dern steals the show. In it, Laura Dern in Marriage Story, plays this like really strong, crazy, catty lawyer who's like genius and delivers these amazing monologues. And after we watched it, it's like, I want to watch something like that. Oh, I heard she was in Big Little Lies. And we watched it, and sure enough, Laura Dern in Big Little Lies, also huge, high power, like CEO executive lady.
Every line she says.
so good.
Every line she says, like, deserves to be wrote on my wall.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And then we kept the Laura Dern trilogy going. We watched Little Women, which I don't really like period pieces. It's hard to engage with for me, unless it's something like Barry Lyndon. I don't know. But I do give credit for Little Women. Bruce sold it on me. It's shot and edited like a modern film. It's a lot of cross-cutting. There's like 2 timelines going on. Everyone's good in it. It has Florence Pugh, I think is her name, the chick from Midsommar.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good, but there's this distance because it's a period piece. But to its credit, it's a good story. What's really cool about Little Women is it's postmodern. It's the story Little Women, which the book itself is semi-autobiographical. The movie extends and includes like an act about her herself trying to sell her book and get it published, and bowing to editors' needs at the time. And for that, it was like, oh, like, because I love writers.
The challenge they had at the
Yeah.
time.
And so I thought that was like, so that's the tidbit that sold me. And Bob Odenkirk is in it, this like comedian, this like sketch comedy genius writer. And so for him to show up was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did my duty, and I watched Little Women to see 3 Laura Dern masterpieces in a row. And then the highlight, the thing I was dying to see more than almost any movie this year, was Uncut Gems by the Safety Brothers. Now, you went into it blind. I've seen the past 2 Safety Brothers films, heaven knows what, good times. But Audrey, from someone coming in fresh, someone who kind of just discovered the joy of film art this year. What did you think of Uncut Gems?
It's constant goosebump. I had so many emotion, except crying, which is phenomenal. But I was just like, I was stressed, I was angry, and sometimes I was so confused. Like you think so many things are gonna happen during the movie and they're not. And I don't know, feeling surprise is something that I found really rare in movie, but this one really got me on every point. It's incredible. It was really fun to see.
Yeah, so like the Safety Brothers excel at doing like, they're New Yorkers. They make films almost like Harmony Korine. They make films about grit, real people, kind of underground people. Adam Sandler plays a diamond dealer who's also a gambling addict, and each like scene, it's like there's like maybe 15 minutes into the movie, there's an exchange that happens, and as it happens, like I was gripping you, like, oh my god, fuck, no, like it's a bad deal. This is gonna be fucked up and bad, And every scene, it just gets worse and worse. And like every minute of the film, people are coming up to Adam Sandler's character like, Howie, you fucking owe me 20K. All right, take this watch. It's worth 10,000. Like 10 million people are trying to get to him, and it's constant anxiety.
You realize that his whole life is that, not just this
yes,
deal.
It's just one flash into his life, and it has a pulsing like synth soundtrack. It's shot 35mm film. It's fucking like every character actor in it is so weird looking and crazy. Like it's tremendous. And if anyone hasn't seen it, the film they made right before this, Good Time, I think is on Amazon Prime. Just as good. Good Time is just as good. It's even like crustier because it's about like drug dealers who are in their early 20s, so they're dumber. Howley knows how to work people. In Good Time, they're fucking dumb like kids, and like they just and it takes place over one night, so it's that same thing. And Bruce pointed this out because Bruce and Nathan saw good Uncut Gems, like the first showing. But Bruce was saying like how if you look at the films back to back, they had the idea for Uncut Gems like 10 years ago. And so it seems like their whole career has been leading up to this. And Bruce says like Uncut Gems is very similar to Good Time. And Bruce was saying like it's almost as if Good Time was like a practice for Uncut Gems. There's a lot of stuff they do in Good Time that's like very similar, like just stuff getting botched, stuff getting fucked over, people needing money. There's a climactic scene in Uncut Gems. It's in the trailer where something is being exchanged outside of a window. The same thing happens in Good Time. There's a very like big moment outside dealing with like a window, and it's like, oh, were they like?
It reminds you of like a clicks.
Yeah, it felt like a rehearsal, so they could like prove like a proof of concept. But anyways, both are great. But yeah, lots of good movies. Oh, he saw us. What up?
What's up, dude?
Whoop whoop.
He's really pretty. And he's snacking hard. Goodbye, dude.
Later. Whoop whoop. Mad motherfucking wicked clown love. This past summer, I studied wrestling. I read books on WCW, WWF, and ECW. In all 3 books, and I read Sabu's autobiography, which was great. In all 4 books, the insane Clown Posse came up. They wrestled for WWF, WCW, and they did stuff for ECW. They're everywhere. So as I finished studying wrestling, I had to know what the fuck is all about Insane Clown Posse. So before the Montreal vacation, I spent $50 on eBay for a used copy of Joseph Bruce's memoir, ICP Behind the Paint. It's one of the best books I've ever read. Published in 2003, it chronicles the first 13 years of ICP. Amazing. Amazing. I've been studying Insane Clown Posse. They've just been a part of pop culture my whole life. You know, Ringmaster came out in 95, Great Malenko 97, Bizarre Bazaar 2000, etc. And I feel like when I was in high school, 2005, Insane Clown Posse was just synonymous with Midwest trash. So it's always been around, and it's been fascinating. And I've done parodies of ICP a decade ago, so I've been conscious of it. Whoop whoop, I've done videos and streams and makeup. But like Louis Theroux, I really wanted to know, okay, what are they really about? And I read this book, and oh my god, I love it. So Audrey, you've had the benefit of being my partner as I've gone through my studies, as I've studied everything about the Dark Carnival, Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope. It's been incredible. I've inundated you and everyone on social media with Juggalo culture. I changed my profile picture to the Hatchet Man.
Yeah, you did.
As we've been learning drawings, I've done 1 million drawings with ICP and the Hatchet Man. Is there anything from your perspective that you want to know about ICP, or what's been your experiences seeing me learn about Juggalos?
You told me I just had to film you. It makes you smile. That's all that matters. It makes you smile. That makes me happy.
Hell yeah. Do you identify as a Juggalette?
No, you didn't convince me.
All right. Well, so ICP blows me away. Just studying Violent J's memoir. If you know ICP, you know their culture. Their fans are dubbed Juggalos. That already is community leadership. And I've, as we've been building the big dogs, I studied wrestling, and I used wrestling ideology and business practices to fuel the big dogs. We're always evolving our gimmicks. We're always doing stunts and stupid, fun, trash, offensive, attitude era shit. And I feel like ICP is the next evolution of that. We did a stream in December with Orangey Glad, where we were all in Juggalo makeup, and it was amazing. And because of that stream, a clip was posted on live stream fails, thanks to Marty 20K, and actual real Juggalos found us, including Violent J's son. which blew me away. But it was like, oh wait, we're being embraced by Juggalos. Fuck yeah. So what really blew me away reading Violent J's memoir is he talks about like he never fit in everywhere. He was like a white dude in Detroit who really wanted to be a rapper, kind of like Eminem, who they have beef with. But like, you know, they never really fit in. So they're like, fuck it, I want to be a rapper. We'll just do our own thing. No one accepts us. We made our own gang, the ICP, the Inner City Posse. And Violent J started doing hip hop. He would set up like a boombox and a karaoke machine side by side. The instrumental would blast from the boombox and he would record his first raps into the karaoke machine. But it was DIY. And it's very similar to when I studied the NoFX book earlier in 2019, like the punk ideology. And so reading Violent J's memoir, I was really legitimately inspired how they built their own culture, this ideology with the Joker's cards in their albums, but they did their own thing. And even though they're always like the butt of the music industry and their jokes, they didn't care. Like they talked about they weren't in the music industry, they're in the Juggalo industry. And there's something very inspiring and unifying. And again, just connecting the dots, what we do with Twitch. Like we're the big dogs, AKA Juggalos. Not really Juggalos, don't be offended. But like, you know what I mean? Like there's something really charming about like, fuck it, no one else wants us. Fuck it, I'm making my own Discord, I'm making my own community, we're making our own Twitch network. And again, like our ideology is a little different, but there's still something charming about unifying people, giving them a home, giving them a platform. And also just from like an attitude sense, the way the book is written, everything is like, so get this fucking bitch of a music manager called us telling us we gotta fucking change our lyric, fuck that, fuck you Disney. Like the whole book is written in this tone, like bitch ass, like freshness, like it's written in Violent J's like tone, which is really funny. But yeah, ICB Behind the Paint blew me away. It gave me a lot of inspiration. I think the biggest takeaway, Violent J talked about, he was like in gangs, he was into crime and stuff like that. Like he called himself a scrub. But he said like once he made the switch, he tried a bunch of different jobs, got fired a bunch. He was never really satisfied. And then he made a switch one day where it's like, fuck it, I'm a rapper. Once he decided he was gonna become a rapper, it was all about promotion and working and hustling 24/7. And like, I feel like the past decade, I started out trying to do like, I went to school for film, but like made YouTube videos. I like worked for sketch comedy groups. I've like done a bunch of stuff, but like the past like 2 years, and like, you know, Brian also helped me kick off our like Twitch streaming stuff. It's like, oh, tying back to Louis Theroux, I feel like more than anything, I'm a broadcaster. And like Twitch really feels like the thing. And I love what Violent J talks about, like, no, you gotta promote 24/7. And having the Big Dogs Discord, having Twitter, having social media, even promoting as a Juggalo, it's still like promoting the brand, whatever this weird thing is. But like, it really clicked for me. And yeah, that's why I'm excited for like 2020, just to like keep streaming. Like I do it out of love, like constantly just playing stuff, making stuff, releasing stuff. And with the same like kind of fuck you punk mentality of like Insane Clown Posse, where it's like, we're speaking to our audience. And if you don't get it, that's fine. New people are still gonna find us. And more than anything else, we did a Twitch stream. Audrey and I watched the ICP Shockumentary, which is legitimately one of the best and funniest documentaries I've ever seen. It was like a marketing publicity stunt in 1997, their music label put together to advertise their upcoming album. And it's done in a very like, your parents don't want you to listen to ICP. Almost like this like psychological effect of like, this is so dangerous, you don't want it. Thus making people wanting to watch it. There's a kid in there named Vinny the ICP Kid. They interview him and he's got like 30 ICP shirts. His dad drives him to an ICP concert. And it felt like that's very much how I was when I was into the Aquabats. Like I was obsessed and their music spoke to me. And like, I'm always charmed by fandom. And yeah, something about it, like, I really dig it. I really dig like the culture. And then funny enough, I haven't listened to much ICP. Like I kind of want to spend some time listening to music, and like now that I get what they're all about, like Violent J is funny and I'm sure the music's very funny. So I want to like go through their discography and like maybe put together a playlist of like my favorite ICP jams. The Stalker off Beverly Hills is actually like, I really like that song. But yeah, what was your take on the Shockumentary?
Oh no. We're not talking about me
No?
here.
No? Did you like watching it?
I could connect to like one person, which was the mom. If you can show a clip of that, it would be really interesting and make things clear.
My mom totally hates me. I'm not allowed to listen to them when she's home, but, you know, I don't care what my mom thinks.
I think they stink, they blow, they suck. They're filthy. They're vile. They're raunchy. They can't carry a tune. They can't even carry a rap. They suck.
Yeah, the mom was like my spirit animal. I think Ryan also connect with her. Again, I think it's really funny. You mentioned it, but you like not praise them. You study them so much right now, but the music, you forgot about it. Like you're planning to go to a concert actually?
Dude, ICP Juggalo weekend, February 20th and 21st. They're playing with Powerman 5000. Jordan Jones says he'll go with me and Brian. So maybe. I'm like on the fence. I'd like to go. We'll see how the lineup is. I think it'd be fun. Their concerts are inspired by wrestling shows. It's
Yeah, that's one connecting the dots.
I dig it, man. I'm down with the clown. I've come out as a Juggalo. I'm down with it. I think they're funny.
We
I
can
think they're
cut
cool.
that.
It's a hatchet man bird. A hatchet bird. He's chopping the tree down, dude. Look at that. Hatchet man, chop, chop. Here we are, 7 months later, at the beautiful spot where we ended our last dog walks. Last year, yeah, technically it's 2020 now. We were talking about how stoked we were for World of Warcraft Classic. Congrats to Ken Demo for hitting level 60.
Congratulations!
I still need to get back on the grind. The next big thing will be Phantasy Star Online 2.
2.
Jordan Jones and I think Blaze TK are stoked for that. I also want to try Sea of Thieves soon. But if you want to join our Phantasy Star Online or just any online games we play, Battlefield 5 is another game I love. Join the Big Dogs Discord, please. We have a social gamers community. If anyone wants to play Monster Hunter, I know Star Wars
I'm
Nerd.
gonna do that.
Star Wars Nerd is playing Monster Hunter.
Digging it. I'm happy you like it.
We have a good question from Kevin Hill, as always, the legend. Has Audrey had any phases like Frank's Juggalo phase? And what do you think Frank's next obsession will be? First off, it's not a phase, it's a lifestyle. I'm down with the clown till I'm dead in the ground. But, Audrey, what phases did you have?
Well, I think everyone in high school went into like a small emo phase. I was not like the type of sad emo. I was more of like a happy decora, which was like a Japanese fashion.
Isn't it also like happy hardcore? Like a, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, these were too deep for me.
Sure,
like
sure.
I remember a lot of people were on Skyrock and I didn't dig that. But I wanted like the cool aesthetic of being colorful.
Yeah.
After that, I had a big South Park fandom thing. In high school, I remember watching a lot of South Park and drawing a lot of South Park. After that, it grew into Maple Story.
Wow, that's right.
I was so obsessed with this game. It was just like, it was my whole world. All my friends
Is
were
Maple
online.
Story the game you learned English for?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, basically. Because like, if I was playing online game, and normally I would just like pretend I'm AFK when someone come talk to me because I could not interact with them. So every time I was like, hey, do you want to grind? And I'm like, I stopped moved.
You also talked about you'd play Call of Duty or Halo or something. You'd play something on Xbox Live and you wouldn't talk and you pretend you didn't have a mic even though you clearly had your microphone plugged in.
But that happened often just because like I want to play with people,
Yeah.
but I can't communicate with them.
Sure.
And like I did have my mic for a few friends I was playing with. But again, it's just like people, and I remember so many people were inviting me in like voice group chat because I was a girl. That was scary. So yeah, that was my gaming phase. I was super into Maple Story. This is where I learned English, like as Frank said. I made a lot of friends, but they were all from Korea. So that was really funny. After South Park, I think I went to really liking Rick and Morty in a really bad way. Like obsessed.
Sure.
And I don't know do I have something now? A fandom? I think I've cooled down.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you're a teenager, and when you're a teenager, you're very eager to discover, communities, things you're attached to, but you try stuff out, you consume it, and then you grow. Like, I feel like for me, it's very easy. I feel like every grade I was into something new, you know? And like you're also attached to what your friends are. As you become an adult, I feel like you become well-rounded. And
you can talk about way more things now than I was in high school.
Yeah.
So like I just read something, but I was super, super, super into Undertale when it came out.
Okay, I still need to play Undertale.
Just basically, I backed up the quick starter when it begins. And when the game actually comes out, I was so a fan about it. I was like, guys, you gotta play this game. You gotta play this game.
Yeah.
A week later, everyone talked about it, and they all ignored the fact that I was the one that bringing that. I was like,
that used to bug me a lot, but there has definitely been a flip now. Yeah, what was that whole thing? Is like, I mean, you could even like label it as like the 2000s. The last decade you call it is like the hipster thing where it's like, I knew about this band first.
Way before you. That's what that was my.
And now there's the joy. I think honestly the best thing is like now with the Safety Brothers, Uncut Gems. I saw heaven knows what, like in 2016 or 2015, I was like, oh, this movie's fucking cool, okay. Then Good Time, Bruce and I, this movie's fucking great. Why aren't more people talking about Good Time? Finally, Uncut Gems, everyone's talking about it, and instead of being, again, it's you grow up, instead of being resentful, why weren't you guys watching this? Now it's, yes, cool, yes. Now it's like, watch Good Time, watch heaven knows what. I'm like, you're celebrating, you're a cheerleader now. But there used to be this whole angry thing. I think what it was is resentment for not being heard. And then even like with A24, I've been praising A24 since the beginning with Spring Breakers, and every year it's like more people know about A24, and it's like, yes, okay, even with the Big Dogs Discord and just this Twitch streaming, we've been streaming now for a year and a half, and there's a guy in our Discord chat named Yong Street who like just discovered us. And
that's really fun.
Brian and I always talk about it where it's like, people always ask, where's Frank? Where'd he go? And I'm like, I'm fucking here. I'm streaming. You can follow me. You know, like, and it's like not resentment for like, and now it's like when people discover us, it's like, yes, welcome. You have so much more to discover.
Instead of being like, why did not know before?
And you were posting about like your New Year's stuff, how like this year, 2019, you discovered movies like as a joyous art form. And yeah, like, I feel like in high school, I feel like in Newgrounds days, it was very much like, you haven't seen this? You don't know who Kubrick is? You know, like...
What's your childhood?
Yeah, and like, so what, yeah, like, I feel like now, and again, I always talk about, like, it's just a joy to be heard. Any level. If people hear you, praise it. Don't, like, we're all gamers, we're all film fans, we're all whatever. And so that's why I never understood infighting in communities. Like, guys, we're all we fucking have. But in
high school, I think like you're so attached to one thing that you want to be the biggest fucking fan.
Yeah, it is like a chest pounding.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And I remember having this feeling for a lot of things I discovered. I grew out of it, and also realized that it was just not fun. And yeah, like I said, New Year, like people talking about like Star Wars and like, how come you didn't see it? I'm just like, it's okay, I just didn't want to. And I instead of being like attacked toward them, I'm just like, I broke down like, hey, it's fine. Let's talk about something else.
And that reminds me, like when I got into comics 2 years ago, like discovering Nuclear Comics and Kenny, who I interviewed, and you can watch that video. It was like, you know, Kenny, again, he's a businessman. It's not, oh, you don't know? Oh, here, let me sell you all this. Yeah. But there really was the joy of finally being like, oh, wait, now I care about comics. What's the best stuff? My friend Spencer, who's been reading comics his whole life, is like, oh, Frank, you like comics now? Check this out. You know, like. Yeah. And I feel like that's so healthy. And again, same thing. Again, in our Discord, we have so many avenues. Like, there's a guy in our chat named Walter Pickles, who's just now getting into film. And he said because of Uncut Gems, it was the first time he went to the movie theaters in like 7 years. Oh, like he just watched Oldboy for the first time. And all this stuff.
I remember.
Like, I'm so stoked. So again, and I feel like that's the kind of community we build here. It's like we're excited to teach. I mean, and I think the biggest thing that forced me to really grow up is like working with teenagers. You know, of course they haven't seen film history, like a lot of stuff. They're hungry, and instead of being rude, it's like, oh, like the first years I would let kids borrow my Blu-rays because I was like, watch this, check this out. I was so excited for them.
That's cool.
And now thankfully there's kind of Netflix and HBO and all this stuff where it's like, oh, here you go. But and sometimes still I would like just download movies and files. Here, you need to watch this movie. You know, and so I would give people files like, you know, like, here, watch. It's about sharing. And now that's what I've done with my book collection. I gave Bennis my Death of WCW. I gave you a bunch of my Malcolm Gladwell. It's like, I consume this. I don't need to see more here. And that's why, like...
You're feeding me.
Yeah. But yeah, you're very well-rounded. You got film, but I feel like we're all well-rounded. But it's always fun to dive into new stuff. I'm
out of, like, having fandom I'm attached to. Yeah. I think, like, right now I'm more about, like, studying what I missed out on. Yeah. And what I think gonna be your next big thing, I can't tell. Yeah. Frank is always learning new thing. Your next book is about
Napster.
Napster?
So doubleheader. I'm reading Louis Theroux, but when I get back, I have a Napster book, which is about the boom of Napster, which again changed the music industry. Which I'm excited because I read ICP. Their thing was about the music industry around 2000, and then Napster's like 2003. How that shifted the music industry. And I was explaining like now, back in the old days, people used to buy CDs, records, cassettes, etc. Now, like, we walked out of Uncut Gems, I added the soundtrack to Apple Music. Away. You can pull up songs on YouTube. Like, you don't really pay for music. You pay for subscriptions. Napster changed all that. And file sharing. I grew up as an internet pirate. That's how I fueled my film education. So cool. I'm excited to read about Napster. And then I just ordered The Birth of Netflix. It's called, like, it's called That Will Never Work. And it's a memoir about the birth of Netflix. Again, something that changed the film industry. So... as I read all these books, I read them, but then I also am like seeking for answers. Okay, how can I apply that to my Twitch or whatever I'm doing? I don't know. Or even what we're doing with NoClip. It's exciting. I think as a general broader thing, I'm just excited to make even more time to reading, really studying and just connecting the dots. I feel like Twitch streaming Because again, at the beginning of the year, I was just doing 2019. I was doing big dogs once a week. I was balancing doing big dogs once a week and then a Mega 64 stream once a week, and technically the podcast, so like 3 streams a week. Now it's like mostly big dogs, and then I still help no clip, and then you have Audrey's art stream. So now it's like I feel like I'm finally made space for my own stuff now.
What you want to do.
Yeah, and so wherever that takes us, but I'm not afraid. It's like I don't know. It's like 1 week at a time. That's how I live my life with my planner. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just get deep into some game very specifically. I don't know. I'm always exploring. Fantasy Star. I don't know. Maybe I'll go crazy.
I hope you do. I will.
We'll wrap it up for now. We have more questions, but as always, come to our Twitch streams anytime. We'll answer anything you want.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, Canada was great. I'm very happy. I thought I was going to be freezing in Montreal.
Yeah.
Weather's been pretty good. I came bundled. I have long johns, long underwear, but I've been good. We're not wearing gloves. It's been pretty nice. Definitely down to do it again. Last thing, it's always fun, is like, what is your like kind of outline for 2020 just as a whole? Like, what's your, what are you focusing on? Yeah.
Me, it's gonna be on my art.
Yes.
Really a lot. Like I keep thinking about. I got my gimmick. I got my character. I want to think about like, my idea is like I want to have a table in a convention.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh wait, I have to do merch. So I think my year is gonna be me working on like, really trying to focus of like what's my world about. That's gonna be my highlight, but
yeah, and also like you've started to you do commissions.
Me
Follow
commissions,
Audrey's Instagram. You've done cosplaying. I feel like you're very well equipped and like where it's very grounded. So again, you can follow Audrey, you can commission her, you can donate to her coffee, watch her streams when she starts, etc. For me, like even if you watch the first Big Dogs, I think when I first started Big Dogs, like even the dog walks, it was like I was balancing like Mega 64 and Pack Arts. Big Dogs I didn't even consider like a job. Now, moving to 2020, things have shifted so much where it's like now for 2020, the outline is like, I have like myself, which is my routines, my chores, even my media consumption, going to the gym, that's like my routine. And even within that, my mom had a hard year, so just balancing and spending more time with her. And then our camera's slipping a bit.
oh mon dieu!
Look at that. Look at that adventure.
The green boy is falling asleep while filming.
Amazing. So balancing myself.
Camera.
No Clip. Follow No Clip. Join the Patreon at No Clip. It's evolving. Just dropped an Outer Wilds doc. More shit's coming out. So supporting No Clip, working for them. Thank you, Danny O'Dwyer and Jeremy, as always. Incredible team. And then Big Dogs is a big chunk of like what I do. I feel like, it's also whatever we do on YouTube, the streaming, the Discord, that's a big part. It's not only like it's a small fraction of income, and thank you everyone who supports us. That pays for my video games and our meals when we Twitch stream, which is amazing. And saving up for PS5 and Xbox, etc. But Big Dogs, self-care, Pack Arts, which is my summer job teaching. That's fucking incredible. That is a substantial chunk of what I live on for the year. So thank you so much. And yeah, and that's it. And then anything else that comes, I do some corporate freelance stuff. If anyone wants to hire me for anything, get in touch. But honestly, I just want to play video games and hang out and support internet growth and community and Big Dogs, support Audrey. Thank everyone who's donated.
What's the Big Dogs 2020 goal?
Big Dogs 2020 goal? It's fun to say partner. But like ICP said, they wanted a major label the whole time. Once they finally got it, they weren't happy.
Okay.
And he said, Juggalos don't care about being a label. I don't think Big Dogs care if we're partner or not. To them, we're already partners. We're bigger than that. We're Twitch World Champions. So honestly, just to keep doing it, just to keep growing our internet community, I feel like there's an untangible to be recognized, whatever the fuck that means. I feel like anytime we stream, we have 30 people. That's good, but I kind of want that bar to keep going.
It's just because the question of reach, but your content you're doing is
yes. So I think just to be heard, that's what it comes down to. And if you want to be heard, use the Big Dogs Discord. Get in touch with us. A Star Wars nerd is using it. Horny's Big Dog is posting when he's going live. It's a community. It's a tool. And we're attracting like-minded people who are positive and good. But yeah, just to keep doing what we're doing. And if it grows, if we get more opportunities, great. But the partnership, I think, it's just one step at a time.
Somewhere.
Just keep doing it.
It's there.
But hey, if you want to help us grow, follow us, support us, tell your friends, invite people to the Discord. Special shout-outs to Arkwright. Seriously, you've donated so much to our thing. Brian and I are always mentioning Arkwright anytime we talk about Big Dogs. Thank you so much. I feel like you've donated probably 30% of what we do. You are a giant philanthropist. Of course, like Kevin Mullock, Kevin Hill, Jordan Jones, who updated our PC. I'm excited to go home and play. Everyone who supports us, everyone who subscribes. Marty 20K, Mikey Palermo, everyone in the Discord.
It's fun seeing everyone grow just because they more interact in the chat. And it's really just about interacting in the chat.
I love it.
That's how you grow, and that's how we see you.
Yeah. All right, we'll end it there.
Whee!
Thank you guys so much. I also want to take a special shout out to Green Boy, who was our tripod. We put it on his big belly. Special shout out to Cheap Ass Gamer, the man, the legend. Follow Jared Torban and Cheap Ass Gamer. Je t'aime, Audrey Montamore. Thank you for hosting me in Montreal, Canada. This is amazing. We hope you come to California very soon. Thank you to Canada for being fucking tight.
And dark. Oh my god, I'm scared.
All right, it'll
Look,
be Blair Witch
someone
Project.
walked on the snow,
Oh
on the
my dude.
ice.
Wowie. All right, we got night vision mode.
Okay, but
Oh,
not in
Splinter
real
Cell.
life.
Splinter Cell, dude. Look at this. All right, dude.
Okay. Okay, we can make an horror movie like that.
Yeah? We'll do, look at Green Boy, dude. Oh,
Oh, Jared's all squished out.
Ooh, follow Cheap Ass Gamer.